Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady and our first story for today about a manager who clearly felt like a big boss. When he made a mistake, he decided to lie. Customer was cool, manager tried to fire me. Around 20 years back, I worked in hardware support for a corporation. Desktop and server support, physical network installs, heck, I even did phone system punchdowns. This matters. I'm on my way home when I decide to swing by my local electronics and media store for a DVD set that had just come out. It had a cool figuring with it. Unfortunately, my favorite color is blue, and I had on a blue blouse. I was wearing slacks with my tag and key card flipped into my front pocket and a wee wallet stuck in there. Went in, grabbed my box set, and as I'm heading towards checkout, an older man asked if we have this network cable in longer lengths. His cart is just filled with different lengths of cable. His son and him were setting up a LAN. I told them I didn't work there and added that if they wanted to save some bucks, they could make the cables themselves, and went on to a spiel about how to do it and what to get. He was super excited. Cool. So I feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn around to see some guy with a button-up and a manager's tag on. He was smiling and polite and asked me to come with him. Said he needed to ask me about something, so I went. Got to the area where the bathroom and the water fountains were, and the smile dropped. Apparently, he had just started as an assistant manager 2 days before and had been waiting to talk to me. The exact wording is lost to time, but apparently he thought I was someone named Amber who worked there, and since I was late again, as well as advising a customer against a purchase, he was going to have to let me go. Apparently, he missed the "I don't work here" part. I explained I didn't work there, and as I was doing this, he interrupted me to ask why I wasn't wearing my name tag, which he would need back. And he reached down, grabbed my tag, which was attached to an elastic clip. He pulled, I dropped the DVD set, crack, out came my tag, key card, and wallet. So I cursed loudly because he's standing there holding a tag that clearly does not say Amber and is bleeding all over it. He apparently cut himself when the clip snapped on him, at which point he says something about me scratching him with my nails, of which I didn't have any because of my work, plus I never touched the guy. He then walks out the door, still holding my tag and key card. I scoop up my wallet and go after him. He snatched a phone off the wall and started to call the police. So I'm yelling at this point, "Dude, give me my effing tag back. Idiot assistant manager, I was just assaulted." Of course I freaked. 911 operator probably thought he was being assaulted by the way I was yelling. Finally, I calmed down and just stand there with my arms crossed, refusing to move with him holding my tag over his head like I'm 5 years old. Police show up and we both tell our stories. The older cop pulls him off to the side, then me. Finally, both cops, him and I, are all standing there. His story, it seems, is that I was trying to steal the DVDs and I had assaulted him when he tried to stop me. The older cop simply asked him, "Why are you holding her tag?" The assistant manager looked down at his hand, still bloody, and starts stammering that he took it so I couldn't leave. The manager has now shown up and I tell my story again. He looked like he'd swallowed a bug. Cop asked about the employee Amber, and sure enough, she was already on the floor. It seems the fact that I knew Amber had a habit of being a few minutes late convinced both the cops and the manager. I did press charges. If he had done that stupid crap and had just apologized, it would have been one thing. But he was clearly feeling big in his britches when he made a mistake and decided to lie. I will not answer an alarm for a company I don't work for. Many years back, my husband worked for a polyurethane foam fabricating company. As one of the sales team, he had a key to the building. One of the salesman's tasks was that if the alarm went off at the building overnight, the alarm company would call them and they would have to go down and check it out. They were not to call the police first, they were to go there themselves, no matter what time of night or the weather. Anyway, the list rotated, and of course no one ever wanted to go down there. Don't blame them, it was a stupid rule. What if there was a band of armed robbers stealing the office equipment? Most of the time, it wasn't anything like that, though. The system was old and would trip with a gust of wind half the time. The only time the police were called is if they reached the bottom of the list and no one was available. I've learned since that this is not necessarily uncommon, but I still question why you would ever put an employee in potential danger instead of sending in trained LEOs to handle whatever. After making his first trip there at an ungodly hour of the late night/early morning, my husband did what the rest of them had long since learned to do. Don't answer the phone, or make someone else answer it. In this case, it was always me. I would tell them he wasn't there, whether he was or not, and let me tell you, the phone waking up a baby at 3:30 a.m. gets old really fast. We ended up turning off ringers and the answering machine before we went to bed at night. One night, I was home alone, and it was early, like 9 o'clock, and the alarm company called. The alarm had been triggered, and I explained that he's not home, and I think that's the end of it. Nope, they call back about a half hour later, and again I say he's not there. The woman on the other end starts explaining that someone has to go down there. I tell them that I don't work for the company. I don't have a key, no authorization or responsibility to go down there. Never mind, I'm home alone with an infant. She keeps arguing that someone has to go to the office and check on the alarm. I spend a good 5 minutes or so trying to get her to understand that I cannot do that. She keeps arguing, and I finally hang up after realizing that I'll never get through to her. 10 minutes later, phone rings again. This time it's the alarm company supervisor, ACS. I need to explain here that I have somewhat of a deep voice for a woman. The conversation goes like this. ACS, the alarm has been tripped at company. Someone needs to go down there. Me, sorry, husband isn't here. ACS, then you need to go. Me, as I explained to the previous caller, I don't work for the company. ACS, doesn't matter, someone needs to check the alarm. Me, I can't help you. He's not here. I don't have anything to do with the company other than being married to someone who works for them. I'm starting to get very annoyed, and my tone is starting to get nasty. ACS, as the spouse, you're responsible as well. Way to send me over the edge. Not to mention, that's total BS. Me, where the hell did you get that? No, I am not responsible. I have no standing, authorization, or responsibility to company. My husband does, but again, he is not here. ACS, don't lie to me. Me, excuse me? ACS, ma'am, we know you're lying and that he's there. We just spoke to him 10 minutes ago. Me, no, you spoke to me 10 minutes ago. ACS, you're lying. He's there and you need to make him go down there or you have to go. Me, beyond remaining calm and now practically yelling into the phone. Yeah, I woke the baby. You're saying I'm lying? He's not here. I do not work for company. I do not have a key, and I sure as hell am not waking my baby to drag her into the cold for a company I have no obligation to. If you call me again, I will ensure my husband files a complaint. Can I have your name, please? Click. Husband got home about an hour later. I told him what happened, and the next day he gave his boss an earful. Shortly after that, the alarm system was upgraded with a different monitoring service, and the rule changed so that the police were called first. Sorry. Well, actually, you see, no. Can I stop you there? I'm not actually a manager. This happened a few days ago at an airport while I was waiting for a delayed flight. I won't drone on about why. Because I've been traveling for work, I'm in a suit at the time. The shop in question has a large open front, and a large part of the store is visible from the seating areas and the bar. After eating and hanging around for a few hours, I decided that I fancied a cold beverage from one of the shops. The airport is fairly dead as we are the last remaining flight out, and I left my baggage with the gentleman who sat next to me. I enter the store, grab a couple bottles of Coke from the fridge, and walk toward the self-service machines when I realized that my wallet was in my jacket with the rest of my stuff. I briskly walk back, and with the means to complete my transaction secured, I go back to my items and notice that they have an offer on another fizzy beverage. As I walk past, I notice a middle-aged woman staring at me, but I don't think much of it. I decide to go for the other drinks, take my items off the till, and return them to the fridge. After placing them and picking up my new selection, I turn around to discover the woman from earlier just a few inches in front of me. Before I can even react to this woman, henceforth Ma, bursts into outrage. Ma, I wish to make a complaint. Your employees are refusing to serve me. Ma, serve me. I demand that you open the till and serve me properly. Me, well, you see, Ma, I'm sick of hearing excuses. I demand you treat me as a proper customer and serve me. I do not pay to do your, while jabbing her finger into my chest, job. These machines are a bloody nightmare, and they never work properly, and then I have to fetch you umpteenth times to sort the bliming thing to do what it's supposed to do. Me, look, I'm not, Ma, I don't see why I have to use it while you both stand around here doing absolutely nothing. Me, Ma, around and chatting, you are not paid to talk and wander around, you're paid to work. I want to make a complaint about him. Pointing wildly at the now quite confused employee who's staring at us with a what the hell do I do look on his face, and I want you to... Me, let me stop you there. I don't actually work here, I say with a nervous half laugh. I'm also just trying to get home like you are. Ma's face drops and there's a long, awkward silence. In this time, Ma's entire demeanor and tone change, and she goes bright red. Ma, OMG, I'm so sorry. She reaches out and touches my arm in an apologetic way. I just thought you were, well, Me. It's okay. Ma. I saw you putting those things back and I just assumed you were his boss. Me. Laughing. I see now why. You want some help with the machine? Ma. I guess I'll manage. It's not rocket science now, is it? Me. Okay. Have a Merry Christmas. Ma. You too. I proceed to check out and return to my seat. As I leave, Ma is heading to the self-serve machines herself. Leaving the airport, I noticed her getting into a taxi with a few other people. I wave at her, and she blushes and gives me a small wave back. I wonder what her retelling of this event was. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories, and we'll see you again soon.